If a recent poll indicated that 93% of Americans said they feel schools should offer music as part of the regular curriculum, why have budget cuts in schools placed music programs in serious danger? Coming from taking 7 years of music classes growing up, I feel strongly about this issue. Music education offers many benefits to children, both mentally and psychologically, and contrary to popular belief, there are solutions to this problem. Music education opens many doors in a child's mind and offers many benefits. One of the benefits that is most heard about is the relationship between music education and test scores. Christopher Johnson, a professor of music, conducted a study testing that relationship. He analyzed both elementary and middle school data, which indicated that students in exemplary music programs scored higher on both English and mathematics standardized tests. Another instance happened in Memphis, where music teachers there stated, of the school's 15 perfect scores on the state writing assessment, 9 came from our guitar students. Now this data speaks for itself, but we found ourselves asking why. The answer is simple. Music strengthens skills, including reading, focus, commitment, practice, responsibility, problem solving, and math. However, those are just the beginning. The psychological benefits are very vast as well, most importantly being that music education gives way to less violence. According to the Entertainment Industry Foundation, the arts can help troubled youth, providing an alternative to delinquent behavior, and build self-confidence and encourage kids to be more active in the community. One school in Santa Clara, Florida, started a program called Violence for Violence, helping 13 troubled kids. The principal there said, down the line when they have to make choices, they'll already be involved in something. And this is something that can keep them off the streets. The bottom line here is that music gives kids something to work at and look forward to, something to do after school and on weekends other than getting into trouble. Furthermore, it's proven that music education when you're a child makes for a more fulfilled adulthood. Of an online poll of 2,565 adults, 7 in 10 said that music education had at least some influence on their current level of personal fulfillment, with more than 1/3 saying that music education has been extremely or very influential. Now, it's hard to believe that school districts would want to cut something which provides such a vast amount of benefits, but there are solutions. And the first solution is to simply donate. Whether it's money or a used instrument, every little bit counts. These donations allow first-year music students, who usually have to purchase their own instruments and usually can't afford it, they have a chance to stay in the program. The only downside is that used instruments might not last as long, or they might have problems, or they might not sound as good as new, but it's better than nothing. And another solution is to support the leading foundation for this issue, which is VH1 Save the Music. This foundation provides brand new instruments to public elementary and middle schools, and it often jumpstarts dormant music programs. And they commit to funding music teachers' salaries and maintain a partnership with the school district until the instrumental music class is in place. I have a chart that shows what they did last year, and it shows each region of the United States. And altogether they helped 195 schools and raised a total of $4,875,000. You can see the impact that they make. And the only downfall is that no matter how many of us support a foundation, there's always just as many who don't. And some schools are still not interested because of money, or their students have no interest. But by far the best solution is the reauthorization of the No Child Left Behind Act. And it has been reinstated in many states already, but not all. And it states that arts education will be required. That'll be among the core academic subjects for a child to experience a complete education. It won't be an elective or an extracurricular. And a lot of people might not support this because they go right back to thinking there just isn't enough money to support such an expensive program. However, John Benham conducted an economic analysis which proves this wrong. And I have a little visual to show you. In his example, there was 2,529 students in the music program. They wanted to initiate a budget cut of $156,000, which meant that 1,793 students would get kicked out, leaving 763 students in the music program. The question is, where are those 1,793 students supposed to go? Now their solution was they would have to add 29 new classes, that's a lot of classes, plus hire 6 new teachers, equaling a total of $192,000. So in order to save $156,000, they'd have to spend $192,000. And after hearing that, the school board revoked the budget. So I have a visualization which will show you the impact that the reauthorization of the No Child Left Behind Act would make. And it shows if one school district reinstated it, which is this black box right here, then this is just an example in Detroit, but it would save 10 schools. So those red dots are schools, so that would be 10 music programs which would be fixed. In one city, you can see all of these in Detroit. And then in one state, you can see how many there are. Those are all schools that would have their music programs reinstated. So, you're probably asking yourself how we could go about getting this done. And I formulated a 3-step action plan for implementing the reauthorization of the Act. And the first step is to write to your state and local representatives, because they are the #1 people who can help. And supportmusic.com has a self-generative letter. You just go and insert all your information, and they'll send a letter to your local representative stating your position. And you saw how many schools can be saved if you do that. So if enough people do it. The second step is you can start a group. You can gather your friends, your neighbors, your children, your community, and you can develop a plan of what you want to do for your school. And that same website, supportmusic.com, has step-by-step information about what you should do. And the third step is to support the Save the Music Foundation, which I talked about. They're really working to see that the No Child Left Behind Act is reinstated and the law provides better support for arts education nationwide. And music education is too important to just be cut out of children's lives, and it's up to us to take action and keep music programs going strong so our children can continue to reap the benefits.